Hey guys, I am Vanguard doing a card fight discussion. Topic would be meta or rogue. Does it really matter? Starting off from the rogue side, I guess. Um, Recently in Japanese tournaments, a lot of rogues been rogue decks. For example, I guess Pale Moon, Spike Brothers has been topping in Japanese tournaments. Of course, Dimensional Police, and some other clans has been topping in a lot of Japanese tournaments. Um, of course, Bad Hand Dragger Spike Brothers has always been a good card. Something that was unexpected was Dimensional Police. Of course, I know it was based on luck, I guess, but still, it did top with more new supports from Trial Deck. The Thai Kaiser did a lot of part, and then the thing that really got into me was when Pale Moons actually won the national tournament in Japan. Pale Moon was a Silverthorn clan with a Lucier reverse. It was really interesting in a way because it seems like all these new supports from set 13 are reverse units as well, which are kind of making the decks really good and broken in a way. But to be honest, like all the decks has been getting supports a little by little, but it's now they're just doing it officially, saying, hey, all decks can have good cards, one each or something, to make the clan better. But on the meta side, I can still say that Japanese tournaments, that most decks that has been topping is Revengers and Eradicators. I mean, they're always in the top three. So I mean, the metas, I think it does still do a certain part in this game. For example, if I have to kind of look up, there was a tournament with 82 people in the tournament. The ratio was Revengers. 24 people were running Revengers. 19 people were running Eradicators. Link Jokers were 7. Pale Moon was 6. So if you see that the Eradicators and the Revengers has been really populated in Japan because of the self-standing Vanguard. And as you see, Overlord the End, the Kageros has been slowly has been disappearing from Japanese tournaments because they figured out all these new supports, new clans, new self-standing Vanguards do much more part in the game in the meta. Um, I guess now I see that it doesn't really matter what you run nowadays, because I mean before uh in the Japanese tournaments or English tournaments there was a thing called power creep, such as limit break was the first power creep that happened, and then it was the break rides. I mean the cross rides for first, the limit break, and then break rides. But it did matter at a certain point in the meta because the cross rides were 13k back then, which in the English format now, cross rides. I mean, English format was different, but in the Japanese format, cross rides came out first, which was a 13k defense, was really different at the time, and then the limit break came out, which gave the deck's new abilities, so it kind of went over to cross rise, and then break rise came out, which gives you extra power if you ride a grade 3 over it. So I mean, the power creeps has been creeping up a little bit, but now with all these reverse cards that are supporting all these cards and just new supports in general has been, I mean, will actually equal out all the decks. So now I think you can just run whatever you want. I mean, that's how I felt about this game in the first place. I think you should run whatever you want, and without worrying about the meta. Like before, it was like, oh, you have to run this deck to win a tournament because this has this broken card like Overlord the End, Eradicators like Dragonic Descendant, now Revengers, the Raging Form Dragon. But now with all these reverse cards and new supports, I mean Bushiroad's actually doing a really interesting thing, which unlike other games, like it's kind of balancing out all the decks so we can run whatever we want. Like me in general, I actually like Shadow Paladins, and that was my thing. Of of course I'm running the raging form myself now, but to be honest, it wasn't the meta that made me run the deck. It was the love I had, the passion, the love I had for the deck, like the theme, the picture, the image. Now with, I mean, for example, if you like, let's say my buddy, I'll definitely send a link down below. My buddy Warlycan36 is a really huge fan of Grand Blues. He's a Grand Blue captain, is what we call him. But now he's getting a Cositas reverse, which he's really excited about, and he can run freely without worrying about the supports and being overlapped by other clans and decks. So all you Vanguard players out there, Japanese, English, all you guys, don't worry about the power creep anymore, because reverse and new supports are covering it, which Bushiroad's doing a really great job. Um, Now I can just say it really doesn't matter what you run. You should run whatever you want. Just like I and my other buddy Daniel, Warlycan, Domino Paris, you should run whatever you want. You don't have to worry about the meta anymore. So that's all I wanted to say. Comment, rate, subscribe to my channel, and like the video if you like my theory on whatever you can run. This is I Am Vanguard, Image to Victory. I am Vanguard.